Today I will talk about baking stone. I will give you some tips on how to use and maintain them, and why it is important for baking. My name is Stefano, welcome to my channel. I bought this baking stone on Lazada, link in description, for about $20 US. It is produced by ROCKSHEAT, and as you can see from the fact that unfortunately the instructions are not in English, is coming from China. It is a stone with a diameter of 10 inches and a thickness of 12 millimeters. After making sure it has been delivered in one single piece, the first thing to do is to clean it. Here you have two options: wipe it with a wet cloth or rinse with water. In both cases it's not recommended to use detergents. If you go for the first option, the stone will be ready to use. In the second, it will have to be dry at low temperature before it can be used. A fundamental thing is to preheat the stone well before baking. As I prepare some bread to experiment my brand new purchase, I will talk about the use of baking stone. A refractory stone is excellent for baking bread and more. It is a great cooking surface and can promote good heat uniformity for baking. They are generally made with clay, ceramic or cordierite that can withstand the high temperature, ideal for baking bread. You can also go for unglazed quarry tiles or terracotta tiles from a hardware store. They are excellent heat conductor and quite cheap as well. Thanks to its characteristics, the stone allows you to cook quickly and at high temperature, which are difficult to be reached at home. They are ideal for baked products which brown to perfection but do not burn, and they will become particularly crunchy and fragrant. Furthermore, this stone will give you an always constant temperature and does not damage the leavening. Even in the case that you need to open the oven door, will be more forgiving. Where to place the stone in your oven? To cook pizza and cakes, the ideal is to use it on a high shelf. Bread, cookies and other baked goods, on the other hand, prefer a central shelf. Start always with a cold oven. Never put a cold stone in a hot oven. It could break due to thermal shock. In fact, make sure you never expose a refractory stone to sudden change in temperature. For example, putting a frozen pizza on the stone is the best way to destroy it, just like placing the cold stone in a hot oven. It would be better to cook frozen pizza directly on a pan. Who is buying frozen pizza anyway? When you're done with baking, leave the stone in the oven until it's completely cold. You don't have to take it off all the time, as it can help to hold and then release heat more evenly. You can just place your oven dish, pots, casserole and cookie trays directly on the stone. To clean it, use a tool such as metal spatula to remove any food from the stone surface. Do this of course after checking that the stone is cold enough to handle. Never use dish soap on the stone. It should only be washed with water. Use a clean sponge and scrub away any food left, but only with water, and do not try to remove the grease from the stone. It is completely useless. Leaving the oil on the stone allows you to have a treatment that makes it non-stick and easier to use. Do not let it soak for too long. A simple swipe is more than enough. If the stone absorbs too much moisture, it might break the next time you heat it in the oven. When looking for your stone, make sure it is unglazed. Glaze contains lead, which is poisonous, and should always be avoided in the kitchen. And the last advice, don't worry if the stone gets stained. It is completely normal and, in any case, inevitable. Moreover, as the stone ages, cooking on it will give you better results. While I'm not particularly impressed with today's bread, the stone did its job, and it helped me to have a crunchy base. I should probably put it in a higher shelf next time to get a better crust on the top. I strongly suggest the use of baking stone. It will help you to get better results even in your home oven. That's going to be all for today's video. If you enjoyed, give it a like and consider subscribing. It will be sincerely appreciated, and I catch you guys in the next episode.